Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Season 5, Episodes 3, 4, onward. And I'm saying it that way because, as you know, due to last week, due to everything that was going on and all, I decided to kind of cut last week short, and we just didn't really put up much of anything else after after Wednesday and everything. Outside of just a few little like unboxing videos and whatnot. Um, but yeah, because of that, we didn't get to She-Ra, and we didn't get to plenty of shows. But She-Ra is the big one because we do have to keep on schedule with that if we're going to finish it by the time Ruby returns, Ruby Volume 8. So this week we have to do 4 episodes in total. Now, it doesn't all have to be in the same video. I can do all 4 episodes in one video. I could do 2 videos of 2 episodes each, or 4 separate videos if I honestly wanted. So the point is, I don't know how many episodes we're going to end up reacting to today. What I've decided to do here is that we're going to watch, starting with episode 3, and wherever I feel is a good time to end it, we will end this video. But we will continue and do the rest of the episodes as we go on this week. Even if that meant we would have to end up doing 4 one-episode videos each, which I'm really not trying to do, but you know. We're just going to end it where I think it feels right to do so. So, at this point, Glimmer and Catra have been captured in Horde Prime's ship, and rescue efforts are underway. Everything's just kind of really still setting up for this season. We haven't really had much like big stuff really go down yet. We've learned a bit about Horde Prime's mindset and his actions in conquering all these planets and whatnot. We've gotten to see even the trophies he takes from these different planets. Again, it's really just setting things up. There's not too much to really consider at the moment. We're just going to kind of have to see how it goes with all of that. But I am interested to see like what they can do with him to make him more intimidating, among other things. I just really have hopes for this final season. But yeah, I don't know what the others are going to do. Like, some of them I believe are being left behind. I think that they were talking about, like, some of them are going to go try to rescue Glimmer and all, and the others were going to stay back. So I don't know what everyone's going to be doing at the moment. Or maybe I just don't remember if they said. But we'll see. But I'm very excited to get to this either way. I did miss reacting last week, but I could not bring myself to find the motivation for it. Last week, just it went to hell really quick. But hopefully we'll be getting back onto track with this week, and everything will start to go back to normal, start to get better. So yeah. We're just gonna get this started, get this going, and hope for the best. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes, however many there are. You'll know by the time you see this, of course, because you'll see in the title. But either way, thank you once again so much for tuning in, and for now, yeah, I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So first off, the reason why why I chose to close this off early and only do one episode for this video, I felt it was just the right point to close it out today. We will continue, like I said at the end of the reaction, we will continue for the rest of this week. We will still do 4 episodes this week, no matter what. But this video specifically today is only the one. So let's explain why. Let's explain the reasoning for it. Simply put, this was a good cliffhanger kind of point to leave off at. Glimmer has been saved. She's been teleported and to the coordinates of Adora, Bo, and Trapta, and they rescued her. Catra stayed behind to save them and everything, putting the risk on herself. And yeah, at this moment, although the looming threat of Horde Prime still exists and is still actively coming after them, they have a moment of kind of, I guess, calm. There's definitely no slow points here, I feel. But they have a moment where they're not actively in danger at this exact point in time, is all I'm saying. And the danger is more at this point on Catra herself. I feel like though Adora is not going to want to stay in this slow point at the moment. She's going to want to go after Catra at this point. So that's probably going to be coming up fairly soon, if not right away. So, next thing I want to cover is what I was talking about in the reaction about Catra. Catra, throughout this entire series, has been, without question, just despicable. A horrible person, horribly abusive, horribly evil, has done some extremely atrocious things. And like I mentioned, she is the one behind the death of Angela. While she didn't directly kill her herself, she is the one who caused her death. Angela would not have died if it wasn't for Catra. And Catra is also the one who tried to rip apart reality, basically just to get at Adora, because she's that fucking petty. I will not deny that there is definitely a lot wrong with her. And that's why I still don't think that she and Adora ending up together would be the right decision. Because it would still be glorifying an abusive relationship. Because their relationship has been heavily abusive and toxic. And even if she redeems herself, which at this point, yeah, I mean, well, honestly, from the beginning it was obvious she would. But even so, even when redeeming herself, it's not going to be enough. Redeeming herself by doing some good things and turning to the side of good isn't enough to take away that abusive history there. And the very idea, the very concept of like just giving an abusive partner another chance just because they've changed is so fucking toxic and dangerous. It is an extremely dangerous idea to tell. I don't believe that a toxic relationship, no matter how much the toxic person changes, should ever be restored. The person who was toxic in the relationship, no matter how much they change, no matter how much they better themselves, they should never enter a relationship with that person again. In terms of romance and whatnot. They can be on good terms with them, be friends or whatnot. But in terms of like a romantic relationship like that, it should not happen. Because even if they've changed to an insanely high degree, there is always that chance that the abuse could return. And even nonetheless, it's still like rewarding an abusive person for that relationship that they already had. It's so fucking wrong and toxic. I'm not saying like that Catcher or anyone like this doesn't deserve love, but they should find love elsewhere. I do not believe that they deserve to be in a relationship with the person that they abused for so long. They don't deserve that no matter how much they change, no matter how much they grow. They should find someone else. They need to move on and find someone who they haven't spent years and years and years abusing. Because this abuse, if you think it started when Adora left the Fright Zone, no. The abuse was always there. In fact, it showed in this very fucking episode from their past. She was so toxic and abusive even back then. And it's really really disappointing, especially with all these people who ship Cachadora, because the show gives you a very strong, very well built up ship with Adora and Glimmer that is so completely opposite of her and Catra. It is so healthy. It is so just positive and helpful for the both of them. And there's a lot of fuel in this throughout this entire series for it. It's not just some random ship like, I don't know, shipping Entrapta with Bo or something. Like, that would be kind of more out of nowhere, even though the only thing that connects them is really their love for technology and they have some interactions with each other. But all in all, like, there's no real shipping fuel with them. There's more of Bo with Seahawk, honestly. Which, I mean, I would be great with that ship. Um, but yeah, it's like that would be a more random ship. But Adora and Glimmer has a shit ton of actual shipping fuel to it. The point I'm getting at is that these actions that Catra has taken in this episode will and can redeem her. Her coming over to the side of good. Again, we knew this was going to happen since the very start. And honestly, it should have happened earlier, to be honest. It honestly feels like they took too long on that, and it feels less natural than it would if it happened like a season ago. But the point is, Catra at this point is still redeemable, because anyone is redeemable, but she is not deserving of re-entering any kind of romantic relationship with the person she openly and violently abused for so long. And even if technically they didn't have an actual romantic relationship before, it's just she's not worthy of entering one. Because again, their relationship, no matter what, was so abusive and toxic for so long. It's not okay. It is an extremely terrible and honestly toxic message to teach, to have them end up together. Catra's still redeemable. She can still become a good guy, and I have wanted that to happen, and I knew it was going to happen since the beginning, but still, that's all it should go into. But now that I've talked for nearly 10 minutes on just that, so let's talk about the rest of this episode. So Bo, Adora, and Entrapta are headed out. Entrapta's trying to fix the ship after some things go wrong because it's an old ass ship. And Adora, while initially agreeing not to touch anything, fails hardcore at that. She doesn't really make things worse or anything. It's just, yeah, the ship is still just really fucking old and is falling apart. Bo is having a panic attack. And meanwhile, on Horde Prime's ship, we have Catra starting to form a bond with Glimmer. And it's like, and still, even though, again, she can still be redeemed. I'm just still scratching my brain over here, wondering like, does Glimmer not realize, or does she not remember? Does she? She has to know, right? Like, I can't just be forgetting about her not knowing about it. She has to know that Catra literally caused her mother's death, right? It just seems so weird to see her just accept Catra's kind of bonding so easily, to actually like grow attached to her in a little bit. It's just weird. Um, but they start bonding, and eventually Catra starts fighting back against Hordak's forces or Horde Prime's forces. Even finding Hordak, who I guess has been reprogrammed or something. I don't know how she could tell that was supposed to be him. Like, I can't. He looks like any of the others. But apparently she could. So she tries to get him back to normal, but he gets brainwashed further. And so she helps Glimmer escape, fighting off the forces as they go, and in the end is captured by Horde Prime, while still remaining as defiant as she always is. That's pretty much the entirety of the episode. It's like not a lot actually happened. It was a very simple episode, but it's more about where it ended. Like I said at the beginning of these afterthoughts, it ended on a very big, like, kind of cliffhanger point where it's like, okay, the next step of this season has just really gotten started. Everything up to this point was basically the setup for what's to come. But now Glimmer is back with Adora, Bone, and Trapta. Catra is still with Horde Prime, presumably going to be punished heavily for what she just did. And Horde Prime is going to be hunting down Adora, Bo, Glimmer, and Trapta. So things are definitely, like I said, even though there's kind of like going to be maybe a small calm spot here, it's not going to last long. Because again, Adora's going to want to rescue Catra because they do have that history together. And Horde Prime is still after them, so no matter what, they're going to come into contact again soon. And it just seems like this season's probably not going to have a lot of calm, but at the same time, I can't see like how this season has like what, 12, 13 episodes, something like that. I'm not going to look it up right now, but something like that. So we're not even halfway through, obviously, because we've only gotten 3 episodes. I'm just wondering where the hell else this is going to go at this point. Because with what they have going on right now, there's not much else I feel they can do. Having a big, like, having a long multi-episode calm spot of like not much happening, I would feel so unnatural here. It just, I don't feel would work. But at the same time, having things continuously going, I don't know if that would work either. There's got to be some point here. Maybe after this next confrontation with Horde Prime, with Adora, Bo, and Trapta and Glimmer, after this next confrontation where they're going to try to rescue Catra, because again, it's clear that's going to happen. Maybe after that, they're going to get away and maybe avoid him for a while. But even so, it's like I don't see how they're going to if he's able to track them and everything. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go at all. But I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see how the rest of the season goes. But like I said, we will get to the other 3 episodes we need to get to this week since we missed last week's 2 episodes. So we will be still doing all 4 episodes we planned for this week. We'll just do others in separate videos. We might only do one other video for episodes 4, 5, and 6, but we might do 2 more videos or even 3. We'll have to see. It's just going to depend on how it goes. But we will make sure to get through all of them. But in the meantime, tell me your thoughts on this episode of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power Season 5 down in the comments below. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.